Welcome, everyone, to Morning Coffee at the Range. I'm here to do a couple of tests with ScarH 17S right here. I've got a competition tomorrow. It's a rifle competition, and generally, that's not my strongest suit. As you can see from some of the other videos I've posted, this competition gets you out to ranges past 300 yards. I'd like to really shoot the ScarH tomorrow, but the last time I was out zeroing this optic, because I was having trouble hitting targets prior to that, is at the very end of the session, I noticed that this 1 volt here, and I'll zoom into some content, you guys can sort of see that this had come loose somehow. And so I'm a little paranoid. This thing's going to come loose tomorrow during the competition, so I want to put some rounds through it. I'm going to start out today by just confirming zero and making sure I've got solid zero. Then I'm going to go into doing a couple of drills, try to put around 100 rounds here and see if this is coming loose and reconfirm zero after the session. So that's sort of the plan for today. We'll go ahead and load up and get this party started. I've got a target at about 36 yards or about 108 feet. I've sort of been a fan of the 36-yard zero. I find at about 300 yards and a little bit beyond that, plus or minus 4 inches from center, I'm usually able to get super close or hit the target. So I've just been working at the 36-yard zero as sort of my standard zeroing distance. And it's easy for me to do 36 yards because in most of the bays that I have access to, they're around 50 to 60 yards. And so I just tend to go with the 36-yard 0-4 at that. So we'll go ahead and fire off 5 rounds here. Okay. All right. We'll walk down and we'll take a look and see where we're at. All right. Got a fairly tight group here. Looks like I may have snapped a couple of shots. So I'm going to go ahead and just slightly adjust and try to get up a little bit closer to the center. And we'll see how we do for the next series of shots here. We were just off the center mark. I've just made some very subtle adjustments, just trying to get it a little more center. So we've made those adjustments. Let's go ahead and see how we do on this next set of 5. Okay, we'll go down, we'll take a look at those. Okay, pretty good here. I'm going to say, if anything, we're maybe a little high, but I'm going to call this good. This is good enough for me right here, and so we'll go ahead and tape that off and go through a couple of drills, see how much that thing adjusts or stays the same, or where we are with that. So I'm going to take this target off, I'm going to save it, and we'll put another target up and do a couple of drills. Okay, we'll do just some basic drills. I'm not looking to do anything crazy. I haven't really drilled with the ScarH. That's a bad on me, believe me. And there will be some movement in some of the stages tomorrow. So I'm just going to do some low ready, high ready, do a couple of reloads, and then maybe some movement going from left to right, right to left, just to get used to working with the rifle a little bit more. So I'm not a complete noob tomorrow. Assuming that the optic situation works out. So my goal is to put about 100 rounds through in this sort of drill test, and then we'll reconfirm zero and see what that's telling us. Okay, 2.57. not very good. Again, I've got to get used to this optic here. And let me move these forward. Just get them out of the way for right now. Okay. Okay, 1.87. 1.39. 1.04. Okay, so I'm using a Steiner T536. Everything seems tight so far. What I've noticed, again, I've never really used one of these. I guess it would be a prism optic. So getting used to that versus the standard red dot, a little bit something different. I noticed it's hitting the brim of my hat a lot when I'm bringing it up. So got to be aware of that tomorrow and just sort of, finding it. So that's been pretty good. I'm going to try a couple of high readies now, which definitely not quite as fun as the low ready for me, but we'll just get that motion going, get the motion grooving in the joints here. So do. Yeah, definitely harder to find using this optic to me. 1.84. I'm going to turn on. This thing does have, if you move the power or you turn on the power, it does illuminate red. I'm going to turn that on and activate it. I've just been using the etch part of it and see what that does for it. Just getting used to the whole operation here a little bit. Okay, I've got the red illumination now on. Let's see if that makes a difference, if at all. Probably from this distance, maybe not, but we'll see. We'll do some more high readies. Oh. Ah, shit. Okay, 1.82. So good on that one. 1.46. 1.77. All right, now we'll just try to get some multiple rounds on the targets working left to right, right to left, center, left to right, center, right, left. So just get some more movement going in. Go ahead and load up some more mags and maybe work on some reloads. Again, I think you guys can see my reloads pretty much suck balls. And again, it's a little bit difficult pulling them out of this chest rig that I have, but it probably fits the magazines a little too well. It's I don't know what they call this, a pattern 83 or a pattern 86 or something like that, but I use it for the AK matches that I participate in, but it's all I have that can fit sort of this 308 mag. So I want to maybe just get a little work in that, and then maybe a little bit of movement. It's not uncommon in these competitions that you do, have some shorter range targets you've got to move. I'm focusing on just keeping the muzzle down. I don't want to get DQ'd. Haven't worked with this rifle in a competitive setting. So I'm just going to go nice and easy, get some movement from target to target. I really have to watch myself more or less coming left. Is where I really need to focus on keeping the muzzle, a little bit more down range. So that's what I'll work on and try to get a feel for right now. All right, definitely need more time on that one. I want to sort of fire offhand. There's a couple of obstacles every now and then where you gotta, basically I pull the trigger with my right, I'm gonna have to switch it up. So I just want to try a couple of those. Missed that one. Yeah, definitely a lot harder. A lot harder. Okay. I want to get prone on the ground and just fire off the rest of these rounds and just get used to getting down on the ground and getting that sensation. So it's not a first for me with this particular rifle. Okay, looks like I forgot to turn on the camera as I was sprawling and rolling all over the ground. Again, in these competitive matches, they like to get you down on the ground, prone. They like to force you to turn on your sides and shoot. Again, they like to maybe have you shoot offhand. And so they really try to push you to your limits. Obviously, there are a lot of guys out there, and gals for that matter, that train for that type of stuff. I have not and do not as much as I should. So when I was on the ground and rolling on my right side, I was fine. I've shot prone with this thing before, so it kicks up a huge amount of dust, and I'm sort of used to that. That didn't surprise me. When I went on my left side, my arm came a little bit forward to support the weight of the rifle as I was, turning like this. And sure enough, this is a reciprocating bolt here. And my left thumb caught the bolt, caused a short stroke, and I was no problem clearing that. I knew immediately what happened because I felt it. But that just told me that if I'm on my left side, I've got to get my hand down around this magwell so I can have some support, but still get it away from that reciprocating bolt. And even then, my thumb can still be pretty close to it. So it's just one of those things. I got to make a mental note to myself tomorrow to watch that. So, all right, so let's go ahead and see where this 0 is. I've set up the target downrange, and we'll fire 5 rounds and see where we are. All right, let's go down and check it out. All right, so let's see how we did on the day here. Everything was on target, mostly A zone, a couple of C's, so no flyers, at least that I saw. On this one right here, paper target, again, I'd say mostly A. And then I was shooting a little low. That's probably a height over bore issue for me because I was at a fairly close distance, and then I had one flyer there. So, no, that's a staple pull. Okay, all right, so not too bad. And then here, yeah, okay, everything's okay. Maybe had one right on the line there. So all in all, accountable rounds, which is sort of a goal for mine. Always when I practice, I don't want to, be out here a lot. But again, my speed was very slow, so probably not going to do super well tomorrow. But yeah, at least if I can get things on target and that optic holds, at least in the close range, we should be okay. I don't know about the long range. Okay, so for the most part, that looks like it's retained 0. They were a little bit high when I started, so maybe there is some shift, or again, I'm shooting ball ammo, so who the hell knows. Again, I think that's probably good. It looks like it's retaining 0. Let's go back. We'll inspect the bull or the optic and just see if those things are tight and they're holding the tightness, and then we'll call it good. All right, so these seem tight to me. Yeah, definitely tight. So we're going to say that with that, I feel more confident. I'm not saying that I'll shoot for anything tomorrow. I just hope I can try to be somewhat proficient. And that's my goal. That's just to complete each stage. I'm not out there to win anything. It's just really for the spirit of competing. But I feel more confident. Again, this optic, I'm not used to it. I bought it. I was concerned, because I hear the ScarH can really tear up optics. So that's why when this thing was loose, I just gotta watch it. But this is a 5 power, and certainly at the closer ranges, it's a little bit, getting used to. I do like the red illuminator. That actually is pretty nice. So I'll definitely make sure to turn that on tomorrow. All right. Okay, well, that'll bring us to a close on Morning Coffee at the Range. Thanks for joining me for today's range session. If you guys see anything that I'm doing that's fucked up or I could do better or some suggestions, feel free to chime in the comments. I'm always looking to learn from others. And with that, hopefully I can remember to turn on some of these cameras tomorrow, and I'll take you through the match and we'll see how we do. With that, goodbye, and thank you so much for joining in.
Stand by.
I'm going to start on the right.